to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love.
Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm John and I regularly post ukulele tutorials here on YouTube at all different levels. Today we're going to be looking at a simple arrangement of the timeless classic Chapel of Love, first made famous in 1964 by the Dixie Cups. The song has also been recorded by many other artists too, including Darlene Love, the Ronettes and Bette Midler, to name a few. It's very beginner friendly with just 4 chords, and we'll be looking at it in the key of D major as per the Dixie Cups version. I've also made a play-along video of the song in order for you to practice with, which I'll link to in both the card above and the video description below. I managed to convince my wife Joshie to help me out with the harmonies in the video. So make sure your ukulele is in the standard G, C, E, A tuning, and we'll get started. But just before we do, if you do find this tutorial helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me out a lot with making more of these video tutorials moving forward. If you'd like a PDF copy of the song sheet with the lyrics and the chord boxes, buy me a coffee, see how to do so in the video description below, and I'll email one over to you. Alternatively, join me over at my Patreon page, where all my video tutorials and accompanying PDFs can be found in one place. The link for this can also be found in the video description below. The 4 chords we're going to need for the song are firstly a D major, the tonic chord of the key. You can either fret this as a standard open D chord as per the diagram now shown, or alternatively I like to play this barred version with a high D note in the chord. Either is absolutely fine, so play whichever version you prefer, as I realise not everyone will be comfortable with bar chords. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll be using the chord diagram with the barred version. The second chord we need is the 2 chord of the key, an E minor. The third chord we need is the 5 chord of the key, and this is an A7 chord, or for its full name, A dominant 7. And finally, the last chord we need is a B7 chord, which is not actually from the key of D major, but is what's known as a secondary dominant chord that wants to resolve to the E minor. Note here how this B7 shape and the E minor are effectively the same shape, but are just played on different strings, so it makes for an easy transition between the 2 chords. For this song, I generally use a down, down, up, down, up, down, up rhythm for most of the song. So over a D chord, it would sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I also try to emphasize the down strums, beats 2 and 4 of the bar, a bit more than the other strums. So a 1, 2, 3, 4. I sometimes vary my strum on the final chord of each section, the turnaround chord, which in the case of the intro, verses and chorus, is always an A7. I'll go over this when I get to it in each case. This arrangement has a very simple form. It starts with a 4-bar intro that then goes into the chorus. We then get the first verse, then another chorus, then a second verse, and finally one more chorus where we repeat the final line again to finish the song. In the Dixie Cups version of the song, they start the song without any intro as such and sing the first 2 lines of the first chorus a cappella before the instruments come in. In this arrangement for the intro, I'm playing the same chord progression that we use in the final line of both the verses and the chorus. So the intro is 4 bars long, and we have 1 bar of E minor, then a bar of A7, then we have a bar of D, and finally another bar of A7 to set us up for the first chorus. It's in this final bar of A7 that I would use a different strum from the down, down, up, down, up, down, up pattern that I'm using for the rest of the song. What I'm doing here is effectively copying the fill that the drummer would play And I do this by missing the down strum on the first beat of the bar, but then play every other strum of the bar. So miss the first down and then play up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if I demo the intro, the normal down, down, up, down, up, down, up pattern, and then this different pattern in the final bar, we would have a 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully you can now see how the final bar sets us up nicely for the first chorus. The chorus is 16 bars long, and for the first 4 bars we just stay on the D major chord. In bar 5 we change to an E minor. In bar 6 we have an A7. In bar 7 we go back to E minor. And then in bar 8 we have another bar of A7. Then in bars 9 through to 12 we play 4 more bars of D. In bar 13 we have a bar of E minor. In bar 14 a bar of A7. Then in bar 15 we go back to a bar of D. And finally in bar 16 we have that turnaround bar of A7 with the drum fill strum pattern to set us up for the first verse. So the chorus would sound something like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love. The verses, like the chorus, are also 16 bars long and follow a very similar chord progression, except where we introduce the B7 chord in bar 12. So for the verses we have 4 bars of D in bars 1 to 4, then a bar of E minor in bar 5, an A7 in bar 6, another E minor in bar 7, and another A7 in bar 8. Then in bars 9 to 11 we have 3 bars of D. In bar 12 we introduce the B7 chord for 1 bar. Then in bar 13 we have an E minor. In bar 14 an A7. In bar 15 a bar of D. And in bar 16 that same A7 chord with the drum fill strum pattern to take us back to the chorus. So verse 1 would sound something like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Spring is here, the sky is blue, oh, birds all sing as if they knew. Today's the day we'll say I do, and we'll never be lonely anymore, because we're... After the first verse we have a second chorus which is identical to the first, so I won't go over this again now, as you can skip back in the video for this if you need to. The second verse is the same chord sequence as the first verse but with different lyrics, so I won't go over the chord progression again, but I'll just play it through. So, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Bells will ring, the sun will shine, whoa, I'll be his and he'll be mine. We'll love until the end of time, and we'll never be lonely anymore, because we're... So after verse 2 we go back to one final chorus, but in order to end the song nicely we play a B7 chord instead of an A7 in the final bar of the chorus, and then repeat the final line to finish on a single strum of D. And this would sound something like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Go to the chapel you have everything you need for a nice little arrangement of Chapel of Love. I'll link to my play along video in order for you to practice with in the card above and the video description below. Be sure to hit the like button if you found this tutorial helpful, and don't forget to subscribe for more ukulele content. Let me know in the comments if there's any other songs you'd like to learn next. If you'd like a copy of the song sheet with the lyrics and the chord diagrams, buy me a coffee. See how to do so in the video description below, and I'll email one over to you. Or alternatively, join me over at my Patreon page, where all my video tutorials and accompanying PDFs can be found in one place. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.